Once again, they took a great opportunity and turned it into a total mess. Morgan Freeman, a true Hollywood legend with a long list of iconic roles, came in with his usual calm presence and wisdom. You'd expect a conversation with him to go deeper, to bring out meaningful stories and real insight from someone like that. But the view went in a different direction. Instead of exploring his experience, they kept things surface level and filled the time with fluff. And just when it felt like things might finally get better, the segment was suddenly cut short, leaving viewers confused and annoyed. Today, we're breaking down everything that went wrong in that awkward exchange. And trust me, you'll enjoy the moment Freeman calmly shut down their weak attempt to push the conversation into a divisive angle. It was a perfect example of quiet confidence. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss moments like this.
I'm one of those people who's very, very interested in this subject, life on the planet. You understand that today, life on the planet is in a little bit of trouble. And we're the cause of it.
That's right.
There have been, if I remember correctly, 6 extinction-level events on the planet since life began. I mean, 6 times, large portions of life. Not human life we're talking just life. Gone, destroyed. We're headed for another one.
To set the stage, Morgan Freeman came on the show to talk about his latest project, the Netflix documentary Life on Our Planet. It's a visually stunning series that takes viewers through Earth's long history, showing how species have appeared, disappeared, and evolved over time. We're talking about major shifts, global disasters, and complete resets in the natural world. What really makes this documentary stand out is its tone. Instead of leaning into the usual fear-driven messaging you hear in a lot of environmental discussions, it takes a more balanced and thoughtful approach. Rather than saying we're on the edge of total collapse unless extreme action is taken right now, Freeman's project focuses on the bigger picture. It highlights that change has always been part of Earth's story, long before humans were even around. But of course, Joy Behar wasn't going to let that calmer, science-focused perspective slide without stepping in. She quickly jumped in with an interruption.
Well, it's tenacious if we would just leave it alone. Leave it alone. And the human interruption of all of that is what's causing all the problems. I hope that it's not too late. But let me ask you this, Jeff. Seeing the rise and fall of all these species, because some are coming in too, right? And many are leaving the planet. Did that change your perspective on life?
My perspective on life, I don't think it changed my perspective. It just enhanced it. Because for a long time now, I've been listening to what they say about, I drive an electric car.
You could almost catch the slight smirk on Morgan Freeman's face as he gently pushed back on Joy's dramatic sky is falling tone. And honestly, it felt overdue. The way climate issues are sometimes presented in the media can get so intense that it leaves people more anxious than informed. Take 2019, for example, when a large group of scientists warned about serious global challenges ahead. The headlines sounded alarming, but when you look closer, the conversation around solutions gets complicated. Ideas like major carbon taxes, changing how we measure economic progress, or shifting consumption habits all come with real debates and trade-offs. It's not as simple as flipping a switch. At the same time, there's often criticism about inconsistency. Public figures calling for big changes while still living high-impact lifestyles themselves. That contrast doesn't go unnoticed, and it's part of why these conversations can feel frustrating for a lot of people. So yeah, the moment had a bit of tension building, and just as things were starting to heat up, Sunny jumped in with a question for Freeman. And out of everything she could have asked, she chose this.
I want to ask you about a different documentary.
Go ahead.
As some politicians around the country try to erase Black history, you're making sure people don't forget vital parts of our past, including this documentary that you executive produced called 761st. Did I get that right? Yeah, 761st Tank Battalion, the original Black Panthers, about the first Black battalion to fight in World War II.
First Black Armored Battalion.
Yes, and you served in the Air Force. I know that. This film was then very personal to you.
Oh, yes, having start in the 40s and move up. And how many times did I see Black people in the movies? And if I did see them, what were they doing?
Yeah.
There were servants.
Servants.
They were always.
kinds of
I
stuff.
know it's appalling.
I can give you the name.
If you watch old movies, Betty Davis movies are particularly, even though she's great, and
It's the period
It's not her
of time
fault.
that
It's
the
the
movies were
period.
made.
Yeah.
It's
just
upsetting
what they
to
were
watch.
doing.
Tell you the
Well,
truth.
it shouldn't be that way
It
because
is.
somebody did make money.
Yeah.
Seriously, Morgan Freeman is sitting right there, and that's the question you choose? It's almost impressive how badly they missed the mark. And to make it even more awkward, the episode later disappeared from The View's YouTube channel. Just like that, gone. As if it never aired. But of course the internet doesn't forget that easily. Clips still made their way around, and people got to see how that moment played out. It's pretty clear the segment didn't land the way they expected. Now, when it comes to Sonny, a quick look at Morgan Freeman's past interviews would have made his views obvious. He's consistently said that Black history is American history. Simple as that. But instead of working with that understanding, the question seemed to miss the point entirely. And then there was Joy, who looked genuinely thrown off when Freeman calmly pushed back. The contrast was hard to ignore. His response stayed steady and composed, while the mood at the table shifted fast. At that point, Whoopi stepped in, trying to steady things and move it along. And what followed? Honestly, it felt like a familiar attempt to smooth things over.
That's the time.
Was-
Now look at today, things we were always in flux.
Yeah.
Always.
But we've always been here.
Yeah.
Fluxing out.
Flux. Exactly.
I had a question, but we run out of time. Listen, this is extraordinary, this documentary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Making
And right on cue, they rolled out the classic "we're out of time" line. Maybe it was legit, but after wasting so much of the segment, it didn't sit right. This is Morgan Freeman we're talking about, a true icon with decades of incredible work. And yet, he gets barely 6 minutes filled with surface-level talk, no real depth, and then it's over just like that. Meanwhile, lesser-known guests have had longer, more meaningful segments without being rushed. But it doesn't end there. Because Freeman didn't just leave it at that. In a powerful appearance at the Oxford Union, he broke things down clearly, explaining why both Sonny and Joy completely missed the point. And trust me, this clip is the highlight of the week. You're gonna want to watch every second.
I don't think there is an issue of race in Hollywood. Somewhere back there in the 70s, the decision was made by almost all and sundry that we have to start open casting. Now, if you look on television, you pretty much see the range of cultural, that's not the right word because we all belong to the same culture. Anyway, but you see everybody. And I think that Hollywood learned in the 70s, here's reality. Isaac Davis directed a movie called Cotton Comes to Harlem. It made hundreds of millions of dollars. And of course, Hollywood is colorblind. It only sees green.
When you ask Morgan Freeman real, thoughtful questions and actually give him the space to speak, his wisdom really stands out. This is someone who's seen decades of change in Hollywood. He's not just talking about history, he's lived it. The kind of perspective he brings is rare. And that's what makes it even more frustrating. They had a true legend sitting right there and still couldn't make the most of it. It was a missed opportunity, plain and simple. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's keep the conversation going. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.